Good morning. So I'm not sure I'm committed enough. Have you ever said that? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. I was having a chat with someone yesterday and we talked through this exact thing and why it's actually a good thing. Why saying something like I'm not committed enough is actually a good thing. And here's why, because actually if we're not committed enough, one, when will we be if we don't do anything differently? When will we be committed enough if we don't do something differently? Number two, have we ever actually defined how committed we need to be and for what for? It's a bit like what I spoke about the other day about process versus outcome. We often define an outcome and then consider, okay, if I achieve that, I'm successful. If I fail, I don't. And the problem with that is in our heads, that can be one, overwhelming, two, feel like, and when we use feel like, we're using an analogy, remember, it's going to take a hell of a lot of commitment. And the funny thing is actually you'll probably be thinking, I need to get into a habit, a routine of exercise, all of those things. And that sounds exhausting. I agree with that. Like thinking about our food preparation, all that stuff. Like what would someone do who's 2 stone lighter than me? They'd probably be doing this. They wouldn't be doing, I'm not sure I could do that. But the funny thing is, when you remember where they started and how they started, and I say this a lot, they just started with one thing. It might have been one workout. It might have been getting that meal in, getting a bit more protein at that lunchtime meal to help with that snacking in the afternoon. It might have been getting a glass of water in before every meal. It might have been getting that 1-minute workout in. But they start the process by attending a workout and taking action. Just one thing. And that's what builds the momentum. And regardless of whether you keep that going all the way to hit that outcome that feels like takes a lot of commitment, you've still got the gains from the process, which might be fitter, more toned, more energy, better sleep, clothes fitting better, making a few better choices with your food. Perhaps you didn't gain 10 pounds, you just stayed the same. Like all these things that we never consider because our outcome said we had to lose 2 stone. And I wanted to touch on that a little bit more because imagine if we never knew what we could have achieved because we just thought it's just going to take too much commitment every time. It's like, imagine if your kid said, I'm just not sure I can commit to school enough right now. And it's a really interesting one. And I was speaking to someone about this yesterday actually, about with kids and like, how do you get them, what's the best way to like help them with numbers and words and stuff? And when you look around, it's like a lot of people say, just get it around them a lot more so they see it more. Like sticky things in the bath, like so they see numbers in the bath, like they can just play around their numbers. A calendar, well, what's the date today? Let's have a look. On the wall, on the steps, so they're counting as they step up, 1, 2, 3, like constantly being around them. So it's really interesting. We apply that with our kids, but then when we talk about the reason why we're doing it, and obviously every day we have this reason why we want to make this change. So I want to make this change, but I'm not sure I can be committed enough to it to do it. So I'm not going to do anything. Yet we've already discovered in our heads and committed to saying, I need to change for whatever reason. And this is the key one, why we need to write this down, whether it's to, like I got yesterday, to be able to get up and down from the floor, play with the grandkids, be around for longer, have more energy, feel in control of food again rather than it running you. Whatever the reason is, fitting certain clothes, being fitter for summer, whatever that reason is, having them around you more is probably going to influence the decision you make each day, especially when you start to ask the question, are my decisions today aligned with who I want to be and what I want, or are they not? Am I saying yes to these things that I keep saying I want with my actions, or am I saying no? And it's a really simple thing to do, a simple thing to apply, which is hard. Not many people do it, but the people who get success with this, do it. And actually, when you consider it's probably going to be hard anyway, right? It's going to be hard whether you choose to do it or not, because staying the same is also hard. Otherwise, we wouldn't want to change. Anyway, I hope that helps. Our next Kickstart will now start in March. If you want more information on that, do let me know. Comment with Kickstart and I'll get you the details. Speak soon.